Welcome, everybody, to the Turno Tour of July 2024. Super excited that everyone's on the call today. I'm Brooks. I'm the sales manager here. We also have Nick Carbone.
My name's Nick. I'm an account manager here at Turno. Super excited to have you guys on and to show you the platform.
Super excited. Now, Wasaf, our CEO, couldn't make the call today, but fortunately, we got Nick to step in. He's going to give us an awesome product demo. He does this all the time, so it's going to be a really great way to see the product, understand a little bit better how it works, and then how can it streamline processes for your day to day and make Turno as hands off as possible. That's really the goal. So I'm going to share a few slides here, and then we'll let Nick do that demo. And then after that, we will open up time for a Q&A session. So feel free to drop as many questions as you want, and we'll get to as many as we can at the end of the demo. And then that way we can have a little bit of interaction and answer some of the important questions. Also, one additional resource before we get started is I recommend everyone takes a look at this URL right here on this page, turno.com/ultimate-guide. Go ahead and plug that in when you get a chance. And what that's going to do is allow you to download a free ebook for all new hosts. It's how to start an Airbnb. And this just isn't created only by Turno. This was a partnership and a collaboration we did with 18 industry leaders across a lot of different technologies. And Turno was just had the opportunity to participate. So this is a very well-trusted resource. Please download, take a look. Super helpful when it comes to every aspect of how to start an Airbnb business, not just on the cleaning management side of things. But awesome. Now, like I assume it's the case for a lot of the people on the call today, a lot of us get into short-term rentals because it's a way for us to get some passive income, right? In some real estate opportunity. Traditionally, long terms were very popular for a long time. And long terms, however, they're on this X and Y axis, you'll see they're a little bit on the lower return side. But what's nice about long-term rentals is that they're pretty passive. It's pretty passive income, not a lot of turns to deal with, not a lot of guests. It's the same tenant the whole year, generally. And then what happens is when people start with Airbnbs and their first short-term rentals, as you can see here on this right-hand side, it's higher returns, but it's a little bit more active than passive than people, truly give it credit for when they get started. So the goal with Turno and the goal of why we're having this Turno tips tour today is how can we take the Airbnb host experience from high returns down to having to be very involved in it to passive high returns. That's the goal here. We want this to be as streamlined as possible for you. We want it to be passive income and make your life really easy. And really, at the end of the day, Turno becomes very hands-off. After the initial onboarding and getting set up, it's smooth sailing. One thing I wanted to talk about today is management by exception. Now, this is a management philosophy, and it's a business management style that focuses on identifying and addressing situations that differ from the norm or expected outcomes. It's a conscious decision to move away from supervising and instead trusting your teams and systems to alert management of issues that need your attention. So basically the whole goal with management by exception is it's a philosophy and a management style to trust in technology, other people, and other processes to make it as easy as possible for you as the host so you can focus on more important things than the actual day-to-day. The goal should be to grow your business, or how can I invest into new opportunities? How can I grow? How can I increase revenue? Rather than scrambling to find which cleaner for what day. That's the whole goal here. The process. What needs to happen? So some things that can happen inside of Turno make this a lot easier. Setting up the cleaning checklist, setting up your different preferences and the settings, personalizing and pulling in the properties that could be from Airbnb or from your PMS, makes it super streamlined and easy. And what Turno does is help you extract that process and build a cleaning system in one place where it's all organized and automated, save you guys a lot of time and make it more passive. Technology. Turno is an official Airbnb software partner. We're the only cleaning management software in the space that is an official Airbnb software partner. It's going to provide you automated scheduling, photo documentation, automatic payments, host and a cleaner mobile app. All of this in mind to keep it hands off, easy to use, and more passive. And then people, who makes it all happen? Here at Turno, we have our marketplace cleaners, the world's largest database of cleaners. At any time, you can go and Nick will show you how to do it here in a second, but you can put in a cleaner search and start getting bids from cleaners in your area that are looking to join your team long term. So you can find long term cleaners. The whole goal of our marketplace is not for it to just be a clean here and there. It's hopefully to find long term cleaners. So you only have to go through that process one time, and it becomes once again very passive. We also have 24/7 live customer support. We have our account management team, which Nick is a representative of today. Surely you've gotten emails from your representative, your account executive. Feel free to reach out to them as a resource as well. And then we have the 24/7 live customer support at any time you can chat. So with this, we make it even more hands-off and passive. And so I'd like to hand it off to Nick here. Nick is going to help us visualize in the system how it can be so hands-off and streamlined and save us a bunch of time and become more passive.
Awesome. Thanks, Brooks. You can see my screen here. Perfect. So I'm going to walk you guys through the Turno platform here. So we'll start with the dashboard. It's going to give you kind of an overview on what's going on in terms of cleanings. And like Brooks was saying at the beginning of the call, the whole idea here is to have everything completely hands-off on autopilot and with your cleaning process. So you're going to see kind of what's going on here, stuff that needs your attention. The next tab down, the cleaner search tab, it's going to give you access to our marketplace. So like Brooks mentioned, we have the largest marketplace of active short-term rental cleaners in the world that you can connect with. So what you're going to be able to do is go into our marketplace tab, and you're going to be able to send out a cleaner search. Okay. So what you'll do here, it's going to open up the cleaner search tab, and you're going to be able to send out a cleaner search on your property. So you'll click new search. You're going to put in some information regarding your property. So you'll put in property information right here. So select the property of your choice. You're going to put in general property information, and then general cleaning needs. And you'll click find cleaners. What's going to happen is you're going to start to get these bid estimates sent from active cleaners in your area, basically to connect with you. So they're just going to send you that initial estimate to connect. And then what you're going to do is you can click into the bids that you receive from these cleaners, and you're going to go through the list. You're going to see the cleaner's profile. So you'll be able to click into it, see how many cleanings they've completed through Turno, the reviews from other Turno hosts, how far away they are from you. And by you accepting the bid, it's completely non-binding. It just kind of takes the next step to see if they're a good fit for you. So it's really awesome. Great way to build out your team of cleaners. And if you already have cleaners, it's also a great way to backfill your team, just to make sure you always have someone available at all times. So that's the marketplace. So diving in here to your calendar. So this is the proper projects schedule tab. So it's going to default to this timeline view here. You're going to see your reservations. So what we do is we connect directly to your Airbnb account, VRBO calendar, property management software. We're going to pull in all your reservations, and then we're going to automatically schedule a clean at the end of the stay. So the whole goal here is to automate the cleaning scheduling process. So for example, we have a booking for our Miami Beach property, July 26th through the 28th. And then we have a cleaning scheduled on the checkout day. with an arrival that day at 3 p.m. So you and your cleaner are going to be able to see that it's a same day arrival, so they know that somebody's checking in at 3. Super important to have that. There's different views on here. There's a full month calendar view if you prefer that. You can clean it up a little bit by hiding your bookings. Just see when you need a cleaning. There's different filters, so these are completely customizable here. You can also schedule cleanings manually. So stuff that's not associated to a reservation or just like a one-off deep clean, you can go in and schedule that here. You can have it repeating if you have like a once a month deep clean, something like that, and it'll auto generate those. Not only can you schedule cleanings, you can also schedule alternate types of tasks. So you can bring your maintenance team on, your inspection team, pool cleaning, trash pickup. And you can schedule all those jobs through Turno and have your whole team on Turno. Okay, so that's the projects schedule tab. The list tab is just a different type of view. It's going to break it down by cleanings that have not been accepted by your cleaners yet, and then cleanings that have already been accepted by your cleaners. Okay. The reports tab, this is where you're going to be able to run kind of granular reporting on different types of details. So what you can do is select the date range, select the property, and then select your teammate that you want to run it on, your cleaner. Any of these column items here, you can run these reports on, so you can see, how much time your cleaner spent at a property, versus how much money you paid through the platform. And you can export out a spreadsheet for your reporting purposes. The problems tab here, so this is super important. So cleaners, they have the ability to report problems directly to you in real time, issues, stolen items, damages at the property. They'll be able to alert you, and they'll pop up on your problems tab. So I'll show you in a little bit. While they're completing the cleaning in their app, they can alert you of these things. So everything will be timestamped with photo documentation. So if you need to submit something for proof of damage to Airbnb, for example, you'll have that. It'll save in the system indefinitely. You can dispatch it out as like a work order to a handyman through a saved contact. And you can also report problems of your own that you encounter, and they'll show up here. Next tab is the Quality Center. So with the Airbnb integration, you're going to get the Quality Center on Turno. So what you'll be able to do, we pull in guest review data and tie it to your cleaner's cleanliness performance. So you'll see how well your cleaners are doing on a cleanliness basis. So we'll rank them 1 to 5. We'll also rank your properties 1 to 5, so you can see how well your properties are doing in terms of cleanliness. So that's included in the Airbnb integration. If you're using a property management software, you can still integrate with Airbnb. We'll just pull in the Airbnb Quality Center data. So that's the Quality Center. Another big feature on Turno is payments. So you're going to be able to automate your whole payment process through Turno. What you'll be able to do is pay your cleaners through Turno. You'll link a payment method, so a card or a bank account. You'll invite your cleaners to link their bank account, and then you'll enable auto payments. So what happens is when the cleaner completes the cleaning, it'll automatically process payment and deposit right directly into their bank account. And it's completely hands-off. The cleaners also get 1099 at the end of the year, which is awesome. So all the tax stuff's handled. It's completely hands-off. You literally just link the payment method of your choice, and you're good to go. You can have different payment methods linked to different properties if you have multiple listings. So that's payments. This is where you'll add your payment method. Your whole payment history will be logged to your under payment history. You can export this information out as a spreadsheet for reporting purposes. Each payout will have an individual invoice receipt that you can view as well. You can also send manual payments through Turno. The auto payments, it processes once the cleaner completes the job. If you want to send out, weekly payments, you can send out manual payments as well through Turno. So that's payments, super important feature. Definitely take advantage of that. The properties tab, so this is kind of where you're going to see all the properties on your account, what teammates are allocated to which property and their role on the property. So you can have primary and backup designations to your cleaners. So this is to ensure you always have coverage. So your primary cleaner will get first dibs. If they're busy or whatever, they decline it, it'll go to your backup cleaner automatically. You don't have to do a thing. So it's completely automated. And all of these settings here are completely property specific, which is great. You can have different settings for different properties, and you can edit those settings as well. Check-in welcoming. So this is a newer feature we added. Basically what it does, if you have anyone greet the guests, do an inspection before or upon arrival, key exchange, stage something, you can have the system automatically generate what's called a check-in welcoming project. So on the calendar, we saw those cleanings at the end of the reservations. Here, you can also automatically generate a job prior to the check-in, okay, if you have someone come in and do that. So each reservation will have a check-in welcoming and then a cleaning at the end if you like. So now we're diving into the quality assurance features. So these are basically to ensure 5-star level cleaning at the end of the day. So what you'll be able to do is build out detailed checklists that are unique to each property. We have a bunch of really good templates on here. You can copy, edit, tailor to your own property. What you're gonna be able to do is customize them, edit them. So you can do stuff like require your cleaners to take live photos of certain checklist items. If you want the bed made a certain way, what have you, you can go in here and do that. And then you can also attach guidance images or staging photos. So your cleaners know exactly what they need to do. There's no miscommunication. So definitely take advantage of those checklists. Then we have an inventory page. So if you have like household consumable items that you might want to know to restock, what you can do is have your cleaners go through and report what's left over from the last stay. So you'll just build out a list here. It's really easy. You'll set if you want your cleaner to report like a number or an estimate. Select the property the item's located on or at. It'll also notify you if the item is getting low inventory. Okay, so you'll set the threshold here. So if the cleaner reports, at or below the threshold, it'll automatically notify you that it's getting low, and it'll show up on your problems tab, so you know what to restock. So those are super important, checklists and inventory to ensure 5-star level cleaning. My team tab, this is where you're going to see your teammates, what properties they're allocated to, what role they are. Like I said, you can invite on not just cleaners, but maintenance people, inspectors, pool cleaners, okay? You can have as many of your own teammates as you want. You can also have Turno co-hosts. So basically, these are people that they'll have access to the Turno account with their own login credentials. So you can invite them on, send them an email or a text invite, and you can also give them what's called co-host permissions, where if you just want to give them visibility to certain properties, you can do that here, and then hide global permissions where they're not allowed to edit these tabs here. Okay. Guest checkout reviews. So this is a feature that we have. Basically, it does two things. It's a way to alert you and your cleaner that the guest has left, so the cleaner can get a head start on the clean. And then it'll also, it can also prompt your guest to leave you an internal review. So the idea with that is to avoid bad reviews on Airbnb. Okay, so what you'll do, you'll set it up for your property. You'll send your guest an automated message on Airbnb or your PMS, just saying, hey, if you happen to check out early, click the link, and then you'll send them a unique checkout code to the property. So what happens, the guest will see your message, click the link, plug in the code, it'll notify you and your cleaner, so your cleaner can start cleaning, and then it'll prompt them to leave you an internal review. So if it's anything under 5 stars, that's the threshold, it'll ask them for comments and suggestions, so you can reach out, rectify the issue so they don't leave you that bad review on Airbnb, where it really matters, trying to keep superhost status. So that's super important. Host services, this is just going to bring you to our list of partners that you can integrate with. Um, and then you can also find a property manager, and you can also list yourself on our property manager list right here. Um, yep. So that's the Turno for hosts. So now I'm going to go ahead and jump into the cleaner side of things. Get that pulled up here. 2 seconds. Okay. Alrighty. So I have the cleaner app open here. This is what your cleaners are going to be operating out of. It's very straightforward. We try to keep it as simple as possible for them because at the end of the day, they don't really want to mess around in an app. We want to keep it super simple and robust. So what's going to happen, I'm just going to show you the process of a cleaner completing a clean. So what happens is they're going to get a cleaning request pop up on their app. They're going to go in and accept that. Okay, so the day of the cleaning comes, they're going to open up that project. They'll see it on their accepted tab. It's going to show them a bunch of information relative to the clean, the requested cleaning time, property details. Also with that Airbnb integration, you're going to get guest information to be able to show in here. So guest count, super important for your cleaners to see that for the next stay. So when they're ready to begin the clean, they get to the property, they'll tap ready to start. It's going to ping you and they're going to go through your cleaning requirements. Okay, so they'll go through your checklist here. The camera icon indicates they need to take a live photo, and they'll paste that directly into the checklist, and they have to take it with their phone camera. They can't pull it from their roll. They'll go through, take inventory of the household consumables. So like I said, it's just super easy. They can upload general cleaning images from their phone library here. They can report problems, damages, like I was saying, issues, stolen items, show up here. They can leave you general notes. Then when they're finished, they'll mark it complete, okay? And then for payment, that's when payment is processed. So they have to go through those mandatory requirements that you set before they get paid through Turno, okay? So that's the Turno Cleaner app. We also have Turno for hosts. So this is great if you're on the go. Great way to message your cleaners. You'll have access to the marketplace to accept offers from cleaners, from bids. You can also schedule, assign out jobs, see your whole calendar here. So it's great if you're on the go once you're set up. So yeah, that's the apps and the host account.
That was awesome, Nick. Thanks, bro.
Anytime.
Super great information. Glad everyone was able to see not just the host side, but also the cleaner side. People ask us all the time when we have calls to see that cleaner side. And so you guys were in for a treat today. Super helpful. Awesome. Now we have about 6 minutes for questions. We have a few here. So let me start running through those. Okay, we have one from Teresa. Can I send my cleaner an extra $40 for excess cleaning as needed?
Totally. Yeah. So you're going to be able to do that from the manual payments tab within Turno. You can send, payments, custom payments like that. Yeah.
100%. Also, we're about to roll out new functionality very soon. That's going to be a tip function where you can basically set it up where if the cleaner gets like a 5-star review, they'll automatically get tipped, maybe like a $10 tip or 50, whatever you guys configure on your end and the host side. It's just a cool way to drive better cleans, right? And another way to send those tips, which is nice. I have another one from Michael here. Can I have more than backup teammates for a given? Uh, can I have more backup
Maybe
teammates
more
for?
than one backup. Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah, you totally can. You can have as many as you want, Michael. There's no limit. So basically, if your primary declines the job, it'll go to all your backups. First come, first serve. Whoever picks it up first will claim it.
as many as you want. You're good to go. 100%. All right. We have one from Kate. What happens if my cleaner isn't available for my turn? Do I get notified?
Yes, you're going to get notified automatically. So what the cleaner will be able to do, so they'll have the option to accept or decline it. So if they decline it, then you'll know it'll automatically flow to your backup. If there's this instance where they already accept it, there is an ask to be removed button. So they can click that. That'll notify you that they're being asked to be removed, and you'll remove them. It'll go to a different cleaner automatically.
100%. Thanks, Nick. Next question from Jack. Can I use the same cleaner each time, or do I need to go through the marketplace search to find new cleaners for each turnover?
No, the idea with the marketplace is you're going to end up using, one main cleaner on a recurring basis, maybe two. That's how it's set up, just so they get to learn your property and your needs because they're all unique. So yeah, the idea is you're going to be using the same cleaner. You don't have to kick out that cleaner search every time. It's just the initial search to get the cleaners on your team. So when they're on your team, everything's ready to go.
And that's a big part of it, Jack, where we'll make it very streamlined and out of your hands and very passive for you because it's going to establish your team and then the automation fully kicks in after that. Question from Casey. How can I communicate specific details or requests with my cleaner?
You could do that through our in-app chat. Okay, so you can message the cleaner directly.
100%. The chat is a great place. You can also add notes to the projects themselves if you need to specify anything in particular.
Hmm.
Great. Another question from Becca. Can cleaners see my address before I've decided to hire them? I'm worried about privacy.
No, the cleaners cannot see any of that personal identifying information. They're only going to see that until after you accept their bid and then add them to your property when you're ready to use them, and then they'll see the property address there.
Exactly. Just a couple minutes here. Any last minute questions? Okay. Yep. We just got one from Juan. I use a PMS, but I read that I should add my Airbnb too. Will that create double bookings?
No, so basically, if you're using a PMS, we're just going to pull in The PMS will be used to pull in the reservation information, and then you'll also integrate with Airbnb. That's just going to be strictly pulling in the quality center data information. So it will not duplicate your bookings. No, the system knows to use the PMS for the reservations.
Fantastic. Well, that's it for questions. Thank you everyone for hopping on. If you have any additional questions, please search your email inboxes for your Turno account executive. They can be a research to you to help you get onboarded and meet your cleaning related goals. And then also feel free to reach out to the 24/7 chat support within Turno. They're always there to solve an issue if they arise. I hope everyone has a great day. Bye.
Thanks, everybody. See ya.